Hello everyone and welcome to this session on artificial Hello everyone and welcome to this interesting session on how to become an artificial intelligence engineer. Now it's no secret that artificial intelligence is an emerging technological trend with talent in the field in high demand as companies look for a competitive edge. Now AI is expected to create 2.3 million jobs by 2020, replacing the 1.8 million it will eliminate. That job growth has already hit the field itself. Employer demand for AI positions and skills has more than doubled over the past 3 years. So let's have a quick look at the agenda for this session. So firstly, we'll understand briefly what exactly is artificial intelligence. Then we'll understand who is an artificial intelligence engineer. What does an AI engineer do? Next, we'll have a look at the roadmap to become an AI engineer or the path one should take to become an AI engineer. We'll discuss the roles and responsibilities next. And moving forward, we'll also discuss the skill one needs to become an artificial intelligence engineer. And finally, I'll end this video with the salary trends and the companies hiring for AI engineers. So let's understand what exactly is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is a technique which enables machine to mimic human behavior. It is the theory and development of computer system being able to perform the task normally, requiring human intelligence such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between languages. So if you ask me, AI is the simulation of human intelligence done by machines programmed by us. The machines need to learn how to reason and do some self-correction as needed along the way. So let's understand who is an artificial intelligence engineer. So an artificial intelligence engineer is someone who works on artificial intelligence problems or technologies. They develop operating softwares and programs that can be used for robots, AI programs, or other AI applications. So what does an AI engineer do? An artificial intelligence engineer works with algorithms, neural networks, and other tools to advance the field of artificial intelligence in some way. Now, these professionals may work on various types of AI in different industries. For example, artificial intelligence for healthcare, artificial intelligence for retail, or artificial intelligence for public planning. Now, engineers may also choose between projects involving weak or strong artificial intelligence, where different setups focus on different capabilities. Now that we know who exactly is an AI engineer and what does an AI engineer do, let's have a look at the path one should take to become an AI engineer. So here I've created a roadmap for you for better understanding. So the first and the foremost thing is to earn a bachelor's degree. So one needs to earn a bachelor's degree, so it can either be computer science, mathematics, information technology, statistics, finance, or even economics. Now the next step what we have here is fine-tuning the technical skills. Now an important thing to note here is that in order to become an AI engineer, one needs to be good at programming as well as software development. They need to have good knowledge of software development, machine learning, as well as deep learning. Although not a mandate, a good knowledge of electronics, robotics, and instrumentation will be very helpful while designing systems that interact with the human world directly. Now for all this, they need to have a good grip on statistical as well as programming languages like R, Python, or SAS. For software development, they also need to be good at Java. Apart from programming, one needs to know about the software development life cycle, modularity, classes, OOPs, and design patterns as well. Now these were the fine-tuning technical skills. One also need to have certain business skills to become a successful AI engineer. So the business skills include analytical problem solving, effective communication, creative thinking, and industry knowledge. Now we're going to dive deep into all of these skills later in this session. So once you have all the technical skills as well as the business or the non-technical skills, you can either go for a job, or what you can do is go for higher studies, which is much more recommended. Then you can either go for master's degree or PhD programs, where as AI is an emerging topic in today's world, a lot of recent discoveries and the research is going on, which can be very useful for your thesis. Going for a master's degree in data science, machine learning, or computer science is advised, as going for any other master degree which does not come under your line of work is of no use. You can also go for industry certifications for machine learning, deep learning, as well as artificial intelligence. Now, this will add a lot of value to your resume and will help you get in depth knowledge of topics both theoretically and practically as well, which will in turn help you get an edge over other competitors. Now, after all of these, you may also want to work on projects that are related to artificial intelligence or deep learning, which is very useful for your career growth. Now that we have seen the roadmap or the path one should take, it basically includes getting a bachelor's degree, fine-tuning the technical skills, developing business skills, and then opting for a master's degree or a certification course. So let's have a look at the roles and responsibility of an AI engineer and what does one do in its day-to-day life. So depending upon their level of expertise, AI engineers may study and transform data science prototypes. So data science has become widely accepted across a broad range of industries in the past few years. Originally more of a research topic, data science has early roots in scientists' efforts to understand human intelligence and create artificial intelligence as well. It has since proven that it can add real business value. Now, they also need to research and implement appropriate machine learning algorithms as well as artificial intelligence tools. Now, when you look at machine learning and AI algorithms, there is no one solution or one approach that fits all. There are several factors that can affect your decision to choose a machine learning algorithm. Some problems are very specific and require a unique approach, while some problems are very open and need a trial and error approach. So broadly, there are three types of machine learning algorithms, which are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. And if we talk about AI, reinforcement learning is in the lead here. Now, they also need to develop machine learning application according to the requirements. So we live in a start of revolutionized era due to the development of data analytics, large computing power, and cloud computing. So artificial intelligence will definitely have a huge role there, and the brains behind it is machine learning, which is based on algorithms. So development of machine learning applications have required a collection of advanced languages, different systems, and programming tools which are accessible to only select developers. Now, they may also work closely with electrical engineers or robotics engineers and others in order to produce systems that utilize artificial intelligence. Now, this refers to the capability of adapting or changing based on adding data. Now, it may also mean programming a system to look for or seek out specific conditions and respond based on those factors. For example, their programming may enable robots to learn to interact with other robots or work together collaboratively. Now, they also need to select appropriate data sets and data representation models. So AI-driven organizations are creating the role of AI engineer and staffing it with people who can perform a hybrid of data engineering, data science, and software development tasks. So AI engineers don't write code to build scalable data pipelines like a data engineer, and often do not compete in Kaggle competition alongside the data scientist. Instead, they understand how to extract data efficiently from a variety of sources, build and test their own machine learning models, and deploy those models using embedded codes or APIs calls to create the AI-infused applications. Now, selecting appropriate data set is a very big topic that is at the center of a very big discussion. The short answer is, it depends. In practice, some form of cross-validation is typically applied. However, there are ways to make an informed pre-selection as well. Now, a major part of an AI engineer's job is to run machine learning tests and experiment. So, machine learning experiments can take a long time, hours, days, and even weeks in some cases. Now, this gives the AI engineer a lot of time to think and plan for additional experiments to perform. In addition, the average applied machine learning project may require tens to hundreds of discrete experiments in order to find a data preparation model and model configuration that gives good or great performance. Now, the drawn out nature of the experiments mean that you need to carefully plan and manage the order and the type of experiment that you run. So, they need to be systematic as well. Now, they also need to perform statistical analysis and fine tuning using the test result. So, statistics and machine learning are two very closely related fields. In fact, the line between the two can be very fuzzy at times. It would be fair to say that statistical methods are required to effectively work through a machine learning predictive modeling project. Exploratory data analysis, data summarization, and data visualization can be used to help frame your predictive modeling problems and better understand the data. Statistical hypotheses, test and elimination, as well as estimation statistics can aid in model selection and in presenting the skills and prediction from the final models. Now, they also need to train and retrain the system whenever necessary. Well, you need to realize that when you train a model in the first place, your data goes through some task, like setting a type to each field, transforming the field values, adding the new fields, or filtering the rows. Now, the model really can work on the raw data. So, to add more data to an existing model, all these transformations need to be rerun first. Now, another way to keep your model up to date is to have an automated system to continuously evaluate and retrain your models. Nowadays, our models deal with streams of information. They need to be updated when they are fed new data that differs significantly from the data used to train them. Now, this is why artificial intelligence and machine learning tools need to provide not only accurate but scalable, repeatable, and ready to go solutions that can be swiftly integrated into information systems. Now, coming to the final role of an artificial intelligence engineer, it is to keep abreast of the development in the field. Now, they must stay up to date with any up and coming changes, as every month new neural network models come out that outperform the previous architecture. They can refer to research papers, blog, conference videos, online community. They can also refer to the development of tools, changelog, and conferences. Some of the other roles include helping the AI product managers and business stakeholders understand the potential as well as the limitation of artificial intelligence when planning new products. They also need to build data ingest and data transformation infrastructure. They need to identify transfer learning opportunities and new training data sets. They also need to create APIs and help business customers put results of your artificial intelligence models into the operations. So now, to become a successful AI engineer, one needs to have certain skills, which are both technical as well as non-technical. So what we're going to do is start with those technical skills and understand how important they are and what are those. So first of all, the first and the foremost are the programming languages. Now, Python is the lingua franca of artificial intelligence and machine learning. You may have also had exposure to Python even if you were not previously in programming or a computer science related field. However, it's important to have a solid understanding of classes and data structures. Sometimes Python won't be enough. Often you will encounter projects that need to leverage hardware for speed improvements. So make sure you are familiar with basic algorithms as well as classes, memory management, linking, and much more. Now there are other languages also like R, C++, and Java. So if you want a job in artificial intelligence field, you will probably have to learn all of these languages at some point. Now coming to the next skill which we have is linear algebra, calculus, and statistics. So you will also need to be intimately familiar with matrices, vectors, and matrix multiplication. So if you have an understanding of derivatives and integrals, you should be in the clear. Otherwise, even simpler concepts like gradient descent will elude you. Statistics is going to come up a lot. At least make sure you are familiar with Gaussian distributions, means, and standard deviations. Every bit of statistical understanding beyond this helps. Now, theories help in learning about algorithms. Great samples are naive Bayes, Gaussian mixture models, and hidden Markov models. You will need to have a firm understanding of probability and statistics to understand these models. So brush up on applied science, linear algebra, real analysis, graph theory, and numerical analysis. Linear algebra comes into play with regression, understanding data structures, and prepare data for prospective and predictive data modeling. So next skill in our list we have is applied mathematics and algorithms. Having a firm understanding of algorithm theory and knowing how the algorithm works, you can also discriminate models such as SVMs. You will need to understand subjects such as gradient descent, convex optimization, Lagrange, quadratic programming, partial differentiation equation, and much more. Now, all of this math might seem intimidating at first if you've been away from it for a while. Yes, machine learning and artificial intelligence is much more math intensive than something like front end development. Just like with any other skill, getting better at math is a matter of focused practice. Now, the next skill is one of the most important ones, which is neural network architectures. So, neural networks are a class of models within the general machine learning literature. Neural networks are a specific set of algorithms that have revolutionized machine learning and artificial intelligence. We need machine learning for tasks that are too complex for humans to code directly. That is, tasks that are so complex that is almost impractical for a human to code it directly. Neural networks are themselves general function approximation, which is why they can be applied to almost any artificial intelligence problem about learning a complex mapping from input to output space. Now, neural networks have been by far the most accurate way of approaching many problems like translation, speech recognition, and image classification, which plays a very important role in the artificial intelligence department. Now, coming to the final technical skill which we have here is language, audio, and video processing. Since natural language processing combines two of the major areas of work, that is, linguistic and computer science, and chances are at some point you're going to work with either text, audio, or video, so it is necessary to have a good control over libraries like GenSim, NLTK, and techniques like word-to-vec, sentimental analysis, and summarization. Voice and audio analysis involves extracting useful information from the audio signals themselves. So being well versed in math and concepts of Fourier transformation will get far in this one. Now, apart from these technical skills, there are certain non-technical skills as well that are also required to become one successful artificial intelligence engineer. So let's go ahead and have a look at those skills. So first of all, we have communication skill. So you will need to explain the machine learning concepts to people with little to no expertise in the field. You might also need to learn from the electrical and robotics people. And chances are you'll need to work with team of engineers as well as many other teams. So communication is going to make all of this much more easier. So companies searching for a strong artificial intelligence engineer are looking for someone who can clearly and fluently translate their technical findings to a non-technical team, such as marketing or the sales department. Now, artificial intelligence engineer must look at numbers, trends, and data and come to new conclusions based on the findings. Questioning established business practices and brainstorming new approaches to data analysis. Now, it is said that smart people ask hard questions, while the really smart people ask simple ones. Now, indeed, many of the most important questions you can ask about your companies are the simplest ones. For example, why do people choose our products over the other competitors? Why do customers leave us when they do? And should we offer discounts to boost our sales? Using data to find answers to the questions means figuring out what exactly to ask in the first place. Now, that can be quite tricky. Whether you look at the rise of artificial intelligence with excitement or trepidation, the robots are here to stay in one form or the other. Combining this new technology with the strongest traits of unique human mind offers a world of potential that has yet to be fully explored. So now is the time to get your business or institution ahead of the curve and start developing those uniquely human critical thinking skills. Next on our list, we have rapid prototyping. So, iterating on ideas as quickly as possible is mandatory for finding the one that works. In machine learning, this applies to everything from picking the right model to working on projects such as A/B testing. So, you need to do a group of techniques used to quickly fabricate a scale model of a physical part or assembly using three-dimensional computer aided design, which is the CAD data. Now, the next skill is industry knowledge. Now, the most successful artificial intelligence projects out there are going to be those address the real pain points. Whichever industry you are working for, you should know how that industry works and what will be beneficial for the business. If an artificial intelligence engineer does not have the business acumen and the know-how of the elements that make up successful business model, all of those technical skills cannot be channeled productively. You won't be able to discern the problems and the potential challenges that need solving for the business to sustain and grow. You won't really be able to help your organization explore new business opportunities. And final skill is to be keeping updated. So you must stay up to date with the up and coming changes. It also means being aware of the news regarding the development of tools, theories, and algorithms through research papers, blogs, conferences, and videos. So these were the must-have skills which were required to become an artificial intelligence engineer, which includes both the technical as well as the non-technical skills, which brings us to an amazing quote, which is critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity are the skills that will create an engaged, informed, and ultimately humane citizenry in this digital age. So moving forward, if we have a look at the salary trends provided here by Indeed. So on an average in US, the average salary for an artificial intelligence engineer is about $110,000 per year, where the minimum salary is $105,244 and the maximum is around $145,000 per annum. That's a very good salary range. Now, companies that hire top artificial intelligence talent range from startups like Argo AI to tech giants like IBM. Now, according to Glassdoor, these are the leading employers who hired the top AI talent over the past few years. We have Amazon, Nvidia, Microsoft, we have IBM, we have Adobe, we have Facebook, we have Wells Fargo as well. So guys, I hope you got to know the different skills, the technical as well as the non-technical, and I hope you understood the path one should take to become an AI engineer, all the way starting from a bachelor's degree, fine-tuning the technical skills, the business skills, the analytical skills, the communication skills, going for a master's program or going for any industry certification program. So guys, that's it for this session. And as you know, Edureka also provides a master's program which is oriented according to the machine learning master program, and it includes training on the latest advancement and technical approaches in artificial intelligence and machine learning, such as deep learning, the different graphical models, and reinforcement learning. So as you can see here, it's a master program comprising of 9 courses, and The most importantly, you have a flexible schedule. You can learn as per your according to your pace. So as you can see here, the alumni work for such amazing companies like Honeywell, Cisco, Dell, Infosys, KPMG. And as you can see here we have a special discount going on. So it's almost a 50% discount. It's only $14.99 for the whole course instead of $2,900. So as you can see, it has a certain path, or I should say a certain way of teaching. So initially it starts with Python programming, then machine learning with Python. Next again we have graphical models. In that we have decision making graph theory, we have reinforcement learning, uh, and then we have natural language processing with Python, which plays an important role in the artificial intelligence industry. Then again we have AI and deep learning with TensorFlow, because TensorFlow, as we know, is a very amazing framework for deep learning. And and finally we have Python Spark using PySpark. So as you can see, using this course you can get acquainted with all the skills which are necessary to become an artificial intelligence engineer or an machine learning engineer, and that too in the correct order. So as you can see here, that salary trends also we mentioned here. So guys, that's it from my side. I'll leave the link to this course in the description box as well as in the chat box itself. So guys, that's it from my side. I hope you had a good session. Thank you and have a nice day.